Hello, welcome to Nezzo's Bad Shop. I am your host, Nezzo, and you are staring at a pretty picture of a bird. Yes, and some letters, of course. Letters are important on this channel. You will come to learn this. If this is your first video ever, welcome to an unboxing. This is the TDP PE1 conversion kit, aka the drift pigeon, aka what I call it, the French girl. It is a conversion kit for the Yokomo YD2 chassis, and what it'll allow you to do is change a good amount of the car and change how the rear end is designed and how it is put together and how it interacts with the ground and the tires and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty much just like a Reve-D MC1 conversion kit in that aspect, where you have to provide a whole vehicle to put the car together. Two cars into one, essentially. Now, I used to own one, and there's videos of it on my channel, and I have one preloaded on my TV. I'm about to show you what the car actually looks like when it's assembled, but that now has a new owner, and they won't sell it back to me, but they have big plans for it, and it's okay. I have a new one now. I'm building a new French girl, aka a TDP. Now, this one, yes, like I said, this one is different because on the box here, it's written yellow and it says sideways, and it also says extra parts. So I'm going to dive into that in a second, but the yellow and the sideways part are particularly the interesting bits about this version, special edition. Now I'm going to show you my TV here just a second. Let's come up here. Here's my TV. Now there's the TDP, and I got my ring lights and stuff going on there on the TV screen. Not the kind of best setup here, but you can see what the car looks like. See, the whole front end there is all Yokomo, just like on an MC1. You've got the whole front end of the car and put it on to the front end, and then you can see the rest of the assembled car there, where the speed controller sits and the motor and some of the other stuff there. Not the best imagery here with the lights in the way, but that is a video, and I will start it playing in a second off screen, and you'll get to see the car in action and kind of all around. So I'll get that going. But in the meantime, I'm going to quickly explain why there's these extra writings on the box, and there really isn't anything else to show you on the box. But the writings here, yellow means this is the yellow color version of this chassis. We got 3 colors into Strictly Sideways recently, yellow, red, and green. We have the most quantity of red right now. So yes, the sideways part meant that this version is for us. However, there's some specialness about the chassis plate that I'll show you once we unbox it. The extra parts was news to me, although I may have remembered hearing bits about it, tidbits. But yes, there are some extra bits in this particular version that were not in the original version, so that's very exciting. We're going to explore that. So, let's open the box. But before I do that, actually, I did start the video, so it's loaded now. So let me just come back up here. So here's from my channel in 2021. The lights, of course, not helping us, but you get to see the car in action here. Get to see what it looks like from kind of all angles. Quickly here, a couple more. Yeah, look at that. Look at it go. It's very nice. It was nice to drive, and several people are running it now, both here in Ontario and in Quebec. Oh yes, and yes, this conversion kit was designed by one gentleman in Quebec, Quebec, Canada, Félix Pigeon. He designed this kit, and yes, it's a very nice conversion kit, and a lot of people are loving it, and it is Canadian homegrown, so we love sporting it. I love raving about it and all that kind of stuff. And yes, if you're watching in Quebec, bonjour, ça va? I'll come seeing you guys soon, that's for sure, and hopefully have this French girl all assembled to drive with your TDPs. And it'll be very good, and we'll be going to Elite Drift Shop in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec. That is the home track of this car, and that's where this car was, or this chassis kit, conversion kit was developed. So, let's open this up, and we'll look inside the box. Yes. Come on now. Alright, so a little bit of packaging here, just to kind of hold the parts all in place. Now, like I said, this was developed and designed by one guy, and tested by several. But yeah, so this is TDP is essentially one person, but it has a team of people helping him out. But yeah, the main design is one design. So I'm just getting the instruction manual folded out there, which is just one sheet. Okay, so let's take a look here. That looks like the extra parts. We'll get into that in a second. This is the hardware for the conversion kit. This is the pieces that it comes with to set up the battery tray and bolt the transmission together and such. Now, this is the same as before, so nothing's changed there. Ah, look at the yellow carbon. Look at that. Like I said, this is the yellow color. I like the yellow out of all three colors that came through, the red, the green, and the yellow. I think the yellow pops so hard, and the yellow just, And I'm thinking of using some kind of other purple whitey-2 I have, so it'll be purple and yellow, and that's just going to be woo-wee. So, yeah. The transmission has not changed. Transmission housings, that's all the same. I'm pretty sure that motor mount is the same. I don't think that changed. I'm going to compare later on after it's built to previous photos and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. I don't think there was any updates, but I will do some reading and stuff just in case. Do some checking, but I'm pretty sure this is all still the same. I don't think there's any changes or updates other than the extra parts over here. And yeah, so that's the battery mount and battery holder, and where the gyro goes right in the middle there, underneath the speed controller. Nice, very nice. So that's very good. And that's the upper deck with TDP engraved. So nice. Yes, the yellow carbon looks so good. There's the rear shock tower and the nice touch Canadian leaf. Look at that. Yeah. Canada, eh? I like that. I like that they did that. Or that Mr. Félix did that. Look at that. Ah, sweaty. Excellent. All right, represent. Now put that down there. Now the major piece about this, why it says strictly, and why we got colors. Well, colors was going to come through anyway, but there was a personalization effect that we were allowed to get. And I'm going to pull it out here. Now, I'm not going to show you it right away. Let me get it out of the jabobbery. Yes, okay. So you ready for this? You ready for this? Look at that. Oh, wait. That's not the part I wanted to show you, but I'm using the light there to just show off the yellow carbon. Like, look how freaking good that is. It almost looks goldish. Golden in some light, but no, it's yellowy. But that looks so good. Okay, so this is the really crazy part I'm about to show you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Should have done it in French, actually, but yes, look at that. The TDP engraved just like it was before, but this is the sweatier part. Oh, yes. Yes. Strictly Sideways, limited edition, TDP conversion kit for YD2. That, I was trying to put something really cool together in my head, and the words were coming out really slowly. But yes, we have our own limited edition, strictly sideways version of a French girl, which is freaking awesome. I wonder if I could get some Bad Shoppe ones done. That would be pretty cool too. I'd get them done in blue and purple or something. I'll have to talk to Mr. TDP. But those look amazing. So we have red carbon with the Strictly logo and green. Then we have more red than green and yellow as well. But yellow's still available. Yeah, and it just looks so good. The engraving came out really nicely. So I'm really happy about that because that looks really good. You know what I'm saying? Strictly. Oh, yes. So yeah, very happy about that. Yeah, so once this is all assembled, I'm going to have to pick a car and then put it all together. And then go from there. The driving should be similar. I don't think there'll be that much difference in this version, other than if I use these extra parts, which I'm going to get into now. So, there's some extra parts here. And what I'm assuming these are for, because I haven't done any research. Oh, there's also the dog tag for your radio, the TDP engraved dog tag. See that? This is TDP. Yeah, nice, right? But yeah, the rest of these parts, these race pieces, long and short, I wonder, I don't think they have anything to do with the battery holder, but I think what they're for is chassis bracing to make it stiffer or lighter or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what they're for, and I don't think it says anything in the instruction manual about it, so we're going to find out. But these other two pieces right here. These look like front shock towers, which did not come in the first version, these two pieces. And crucially, the biggest thing I notice, if these are for the front, which I think they are, this shock tower right here, if it is for the front, because those look the same, these areas up here, where those two holes are side to side, those will be for body post mounts. See on the rear tower here, body post mount. And that will be a very nice addition, because the first versions of these, mounting front body posts and or just front magnets was a little tedious and a little annoying, mostly because the front end of this, the TDP, looks like this, the front end of the chassis, instead of what most drift cars have up front here, which is a 2 or 3 hole arrangement for a front bumper, to put a front bumper, which usually has your front body posts and stuff, and people do mount magnets to the body posts. Yeah, so look, like on this, for example, see, most have like that. See how there's the holes there, and that's what's there. So yeah, it's really difficult / impossible to mount a front bumper to this. So I think this is the solution here in this next version. This is the front shock tower with front body post mounting, and it's just utilizing the rear body posts on the front, but that's fine because it gives us a front body posting option. So I'm happy to see that, and I will try that, and I can't wait to try the shock positions too on that. And if you run magnets, then you can go with that version as well, but I'm really happy to see that. So that's a nice touch, regardless of these other braces I see here, whatever they're for, whether they're for the battery or for something else. But I think they're for chassis bracing, stiffen it or something like that. But that's a nice touch, so glad to see that. And a quick look at the instructions. And yes, the instructions. This is the same as the original instruction sheet I remember seeing. And yeah, there is nothing about those extra pieces, so that's okay. I'll figure that out, and I'll do a digest video, of course, to figure that out. But other than that, yeah, pretty straightforward. And this is just to install the battery mount, and then where the driver goes on top of that, and then the transmission assembly, which doesn't really tell you, like, well, right here it's just describing the bearings, and then down here I was gonna say it doesn't tell you about the screws, but it does tell you about the screws. I wasn't looking fully in the right area there, but yes, it does tell you where all the screws go, and do use Loctite on all of these screws so that everything stays together nicely, including the battery mount area. And pay attention to where you put the knuckles, depending on if you use these rear knuckles or if you use something else. But yeah, it's just like the MC1 where you have to choose all your, take all your hardware from your donor car, put it here, and up front you need the entire front end for that. So a lot of that assembly is in like your Yokomo manual, or if you're putting on Reve-D parts in the front end, you got to use those instructions to build up your front end. But yeah, pretty straightforward otherwise. And yeah, that's it. But I mean, oh man, that just looks so good. I can't get enough of that. So I know there are other versions of this being produced in terms of what was being engraved, so I can't wait to see other versions of what people chose to have engraved here. I'm pretty sure there'll be some Elite Drift Shop versions, and I don't know what other ones, other team versions perhaps of other teams that are around, both in Ontario and Quebec and around Canada probably, and who knows, around the world even maybe. We'll see, but I'm gonna maybe look into getting some Bad Shoppe kit versions done of the TDP, and we'll see what happens, but no promises. But yeah, that's sweaty. So let me know if you got a TDP colored edition with engravery or not. Yeah, for sure, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Look forward to see all kinds of builds and what people have done with theirs, how they're running them, and this and that. And yeah, I'm excited to build this one because it's been a while since I had a French girl, and I already have a name picked out, but I'm not telling it yet until I build it and it's running. So yes, that's that. And let me know what you think, and more videos to come of this. There will be more running footage, just like on my TV here. See the car running there? There will be more footage of that running there. Yeah, see it there? Woohoo! Pigeon! Yeah, so anyways, there'll be more running footage for sure of this version, and more up close with the gimbal, as that was a broadcast style with a zoom camcorder. And yeah, how many times did I say it? Like, comment, subscribe, 2 or 3 times? Yes, thank you so much for watching. I am grateful for all the views and comments and everything and interaction. And yes, definitely more to come. This won't be built right away, but it will be built right after the new Reve-D car the video was just uploaded as well. So many things now to be done, and soon going to Quebec for the small show and shine event, January 28th, I think it is, 27th, 28th, one of those days. It's in a week or so from the date of filming here, and yeah, it's going to be fun to get up there and do some filming and testing and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, hope to see you there. So yeah, bye for now, and see you again soon.